One of the friends, Mwende, who was only 6 months pregnant, goes into early labor that same morning as she's about to head to the restaurant. She's rushed to hospital, so she doesn't make it to the reunion. Her sister Mwikali, who was also supposed to be part of the reunion, would not make it as well, as now she has to accompany Mwende to the delivery room. Another friend, Ochieng, is arrested by the traffic police as he's overlapping along a city highway on his way to the reunion. Instead of just bribing his way out of it like the average tax-paying citizen would do, he's arrogant and dares the police to take him to court. He even threatens them that he's well connected and that he'll be out even before they get to the station. Now, turns out he was just bluffing. He doesn't even know any lawyers. Being a Saturday, he risks spending the entire weekend in jail and appear before a judge come Monday morning. He would later be released that Saturday afternoon after paying double what he would have bribed the policeman with earlier. Then there's another friend, Wambui. She was the brightest of you all back in high school. She just went through a tough breakup. Her boyfriend of 7 years dumped her the night before. Devastated, she went out with some colleagues and drank a little too much. Come Saturday morning, the day of the high school reunion, she's super hungover. In fact, she's still too drunk to even remember her name. She obviously can't make it to the reunion on time, if at all she makes it. Kimutai is a no-show as well. He's the heartless SOB who broke Wambui's heart. They were high school sweethearts. All signs were that he was going to propose to her that Friday evening, since it was Wambui's birthday and it coincided with their 7th year anniversary as a couple. Wambui had actually alerted all her friends that this would be the long-awaited night. She told them that she hoped it would be a night she would remember forever. Well, she was right about that. After breaking her heart in such a manner, everyone had called Kimutai and they didn't have kind words for him that Friday night. Some texted him and just let him know how they truly felt about him. Needless to say, Kimutai decided to skip the reunion altogether to avoid the awkwardness of seeing his ex Wambui and all the other classmates who obviously hated him by now. Mariam, who apparently was the cause of Wambui and Kimutai's breakup, also chose not to attend the reunion. She was well aware that all her former classmates would be baying for her blood. She was, after all, the one responsible for ending a beautiful 7-year-long relationship. 3 other friends, Wafula, Mora, and Karemi, were supposed to be picked up by Salim. Unfortunately, his car broke down on the morning of the reunion, so he called a mechanic to try and fix it. He then called the others and told them that he would be late to pick them up, meaning they would all be late to the reunion by about 2 hours. And then there is you. You've never really been a team player. You're more of a lone wolf. Out of all the reunions that have been organized in the past, 4 to be precise, you've only attended one. And during that one that you attended, you thought that people were pretentious and judgy, so you vowed never to attend another one. So you decide to sleep in that Saturday morning. At around midday, Salim, remember him? The guy who was supposed to go and pick up Akina Wafula, Mora, and Karimi? He sends a post on your WhatsApp group. His message is chilling and one of concern. Apparently, the lounge or restaurant you guys were supposed to meet for the reunion was next to a petrol station. There had been an explosion which killed everyone within 30 meters of that station. And since the lounge was right next to it, reports indicated that no one made it out alive. Salim asks in the WhatsApp group whether everyone is okay. He had been trying to reach guys, but no one was answering their phones. Remember, Mwende is still in labor. She obviously can't talk to anyone. Her sister is with her, busy trying to calm her down and helplessly trying to reach Mwende's husband, who for some reason is not reachable. Omboi, the girl whose heart was broken, is still drunk and deep asleep. Kimutai is avoiding calls from everyone because he thinks people just want to lecture him for breaking Omboi's heart. Mariam is in the same situation. She thinks people just want to lecture her for breaking up the perfect relationship, so her phone is on DND, do not disturb. Ochieng is still in police custody, so there's no way to reach him. You, on the other hand, are just bitter with everyone else for no apparent reason, so you switched off your phone so that no one would reach you. Later during the day, as you guys do a head count in your WhatsApp group, you realize that no one made it to the restaurant for the reunion. You all escaped death. Now, this may sound like fiction, but it's a true story. It happened back in Nebraska, USA in the 1950s in what has been termed as the greatest coincidence in history. 15 members of a choir met every Wednesday for practice, but on a certain Wednesday, each of them was uncharacteristically late for one reason or another. The choir practice was supposed to start at exactly 7:20 p.m., but a leaking gas pipe led to a fire that engulfed the entire church by 7:27 p.m. No one inside the church would survive the fire. The thing is, no one was inside the church. They were all late for the choir practice. I don't know if you've ever heard of the burnt toast theory. It's where something happens. Let's say you spilled tea on your shirt in the morning, so you have to pick another shirt to wear. You also have to spend time ironing it, which means you'll be late for work. But being late saves you from another tragedy like an accident, because the bus you would have traveled in just got rammed by a trailer, or something happens at your workplace, but because you are a few minutes late, your life gets spared. So what happened in this reunion is actually similar to that, at least for some of the people. The guy whose car broke down, for example, he got delayed, which means he delayed the other people he was supposed to pick up on his way to the restaurant, which means all of them were late to the reunion, which means they were not present during the explosion. Same thing for the guy who got arrested by the traffic police. So the point here is, some inconveniences in life may just be what spare you from greater misery ahead. And I'm sure every day of our lives we have moments like this where we either escaped death or we are saved from something else by what seems like a silly inconvenience. It's just that we never get to know about them. The fact that your wife forgot something or your child made you get late for work, maybe there was something that they were saving you from had you been on time, or if they didn't delay you, we'll just never know. And that's why any day above ground is indeed a blessing we ought to be grateful for. We get second chances every single day. It's just that we never get to know of some of them. Anyway, let me know what you think about this long story. This certainly has to be one of my longest video yet. Regardless, I believe there's a reason you're watching it right now. Maybe you're meant to spend those few minutes listening to me to avoid some unpleasant thing from happening where you are. Maybe I am your burnt toast. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, please be sure to follow for more.